Looks like we are live. Happy Monday after Thanksgiving, everybody. Hey, I'm going to shoot this quick live. My little post today about Monday. Great weekend, great holiday. Hope everybody had a great holiday. This post is called "Don't Chase Deals or Sellers or Anything Else." And what I'm going to talk about here, real quick, for just a couple minutes, is what Alan Watts, he's a philosopher, he called the backwards law. And basically, what it is anytime we are chasing things or we are coming from an energy and a state of being or a state of mind of I have to get that because I don't currently have it, we are putting an energy out to our sellers, to our buyers, to the deal, to the universe, to whoever you're dealing with, that I'm not okay unless I have that thing, or an energy of I don't currently have that, or I don't have the ability to acquire that or have that as part of what I'm doing. So I have to chase it. I have to go after it. I have to chase money. It's almost a energy of desperation, right? And so when we get, perfect example is we've got new people that start off, you're running your acquisitions and you don't have a ton of leads, say you've only got 5 or 6, but those 5 or 6 we're really, really, really going to pay a lot of attention to, and we're going to start chasing, and we're going to feel like we have to hold on to these 5 or 6 leads just so that we can make one work. Well, what ultimately ends up happening, there's a book called Of Mice of Men, and I always equate this. There's a character in the book who's Lenny. He's a little slower, but he starts these rabbits and he starts petting them, and they try to get away. And the more they try and get away, the harder on they hold. And that's like chasing, right? So I'm chasing after it. It's an energy of I don't have it, so I'm going to try and hold on to it as tight as possible. And what ultimately happened is Lenny ends up killing these rabbits because he's trying to hold on to them so greatly. The energy is of desperation. If I don't have it, I'm not okay. And he keeps holding on to it so that he can maintain it, and it ends up killing the rabbit in his hands because they're baby rabbits and they're not very strong. Well, we do the same thing to our deals. We do the same thing to our sellers. If we are giving off the energy and the vibe to a seller that, hey, I really need this deal, I'm going to continue to chase. I'm going to maybe make a call sooner than I said I would. I'm going to maybe apply a pressure tactic that doesn't normally really feel right to me. And we're going to create an energy that actually becomes repelling, because when you start chasing, what happens when things you chase, whether it's relationship, money, it creates that negative, almost a repelling type energy, because we're telling the universe, I'm not okay unless I have that, and I don't currently have that, so I'm not okay. Well, that energy tells the outside world, I'm not okay. It tells our sellers, I'm not okay to deal with. It tells our deals, I'm not okay. I have to heal that part of myself, and I have to be in that energy of, hey, build confidence, right? And so when we talk about don't chase, meaning don't put that energy out there that, like, man, I'm not okay if I don't get this deal. I'm not okay if the seller doesn't sign my contract. Again, I'm just not okay, right? And so ultimately, how do we fix that? How do we get into an energy of being okay? How do we get into an energy where we don't chase? Well, it comes with building a skill set. It comes with confidence from building that skill set. It comes from taking those repetitions over and over again and being aware of bringing that energy to a deal, to a seller, to a buyer, to whatever you're dealing with, setting up new systems, making a new hire. If you're hiring out of desperation because you need warm bodies, well, all you're going to get is warm bodies, right? And so how we do anything is how we do everything. So when we are in that mindset of chasing, or as I call it, desperation, what ultimately ends up happening is you get desperate results. So things you can do: be aware when you go into talking with sellers or buyers or any type of interaction. How am I approaching this interaction? Am I in an energy of, I really need to make this work, really need to have this happen? Like, am I feeling desperate because if it doesn't work out, like, is my life, like all those stories that we start layering on top of each other? Bring awareness to how you are starting to come into that conversation, your intention behind it, and really, really focus on, okay, if I'm not in a positive mind frame, if I'm not in a energy of appreciation and just learning. And that's really how we shift. Instead of looking at the outcome and saying, I'm not okay if I don't have that outcome, start falling in love with the process of building that energy and building that skill set that allows you to have that. So instead of, hey, I need to get this seller. I need to really get this seller signed so that I can be okay. I can make my, my budget for this month. I can make whatever. Like, you're focusing on the outcome instead of the stuff that you can control. And so we bring it back into, what can I control in this situation? What can I control in this approach? And you fall in love with the process, and you fall in love with the process of getting better. You fall in love with the process of working on your negotiations if you feel like that's an area that you're lacking in, or putting something in place. Same thing with hires, same thing with doing a deal, same thing. Bring your attention to the conversation and to the awareness, bring your awareness to it before you interact with it. Know where you're coming from as a place of intention, and it will really, really help you navigate the conversation and fall in love with getting better, incrementally better over and over again. And then you build that confidence in yourself so that you're like, hey, I'm good at negotiations. I'm good at dealing with sellers. I'm good at putting a deal together. I'm good at all these things. I don't have to chase this deal because I know I'm good at doing deals. I know I'm good. Like, you start layering skill set after skill set after skill set after skill set, and eventually it just automatically will increase that income. It will increase your ability to do deals. It will increase all those things that you're ultimately looking for. Instead of just focusing on chasing it, you will actually build something structural wise to actually have it over and over again. So it's the backwards law. You have to accept where you're at. You have to accept, hey, this is a deficiency right now in my skill set. Let's build that skill set, as opposed to, well, I'm just going to chase this seller. I'm going to chase this money. I'm just going to go after whatever it is. And that actually detracts and actually distracts you, kind of that golden goal. I call it the golden squirrel, because dogs chase after squirrels. Well, if it's shiny, if it's golden, we're going to chase after it because we think it'll get us that big paycheck. We think it'll fill that void. No. We have to bring awareness to the skill set that we want to build and how we want to build it over and over and over again, in order to get us to be that person that actually doesn't have to chase money and doesn't have to chase the deals and doesn't have to chase sellers. So that's what I got. Appreciate you guys coming on. It looks like we got some likes and loves, and yeah, that's awesome. Make comments. Anybody has any comments or has any questions, feel free to message me. Feel free to put it on here. I appreciate the likes. Share it if you want. But yeah, any questions you guys have, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. So bye.